Let's go, my brothers.
कर रहे हो पहन के लंडो
Decoy. Throwing fire.
तू लाइव है कैरल कौन सा अनबॉक्स
Throwing a flashbang. Let us go this way. Follow me, my friend. I will lead the way.
हाँ मैंने खोल दी फोन पे खोल दिया
Terrorists win.
बस दो तीन सेकंड डिले ज़्यादा नहीं तो मतलब 2-3 सेकंड डिले है बस ज़्यादा डिले नहीं
Let's go, let's go.
कौन सा सॉफ्टवेयर यूज कर रहा है
I'm throwing a flashbang.
-85 यार shit.
I am planting the bomb.
Take the off it.
We will defeat the mercenaries. Decoy is out.
Nice thing.
Grenade.
Thank you.
Throwing a flashbang. Flashbang.
एक भी शॉट कनेक्टर एक थी बी शॉट देख
Throwing smoke. Flashback. Flashback. Planting. Bomb has been planted.
Amen.
Terrorists win.
Take mark.
Go. Decoy is out.
तेरी एक्सप्रेस कितने आते हैं?
Throwing a flashback.
वैसे कितने आते हैं?
Throwing a decoy. Smoke.
ठीक.
I'm throwing a flashback. Throwing fire.
Clear है clear.
Throwing a flashback.
Time देख.
We will make them cry.
Nice. Window boost है. Purple window boost है. Purple. तो
Terrorists win.
जब भी स्ट्रीम करे ना तो बुला लिया होगा वीडियो.
Let's go. Decoy. I'm throwing flashback.
मेरा लाल राजपूत 66
Flashback.
KUNAL RAJPUT 66 स्पेस नहीं है बीच में जरा. हाँ तो एक और oh my god CD
Throwing a grenade. Flashback.
हाँ
We must move.
तो कॉलेज क्यों हाँ मतलब मेरा रियल फर्स्ट और थर्ड सैटरडे को छुट्टी है आई थी अच्छा हाँ बराबर
I'm throwing. Grenade. Burn. I'm throwing.
Get the fuck out! Fucking yellow.
फास्ट है यार ये तो शॉट कैसे मिस हो गया अरे मेरा तो शॉट मिस हो गया अब ये ही शॉट था बीरश कर दे गन्स है नहीं बीरश कर दो
Forward.
वहां से गई पर्पल रशिंग भी मतलब
Smoke. Flashback.
घुसो रन हेड पड़ा उसको अंदर -80 एक बंदा मार्केट मार्केट नाइस नाइस लास्ट -80 मार्केट था मार्केट इजी नाइस मेरे को सोम ऑफ दे दे अच्छा ऑफ है ठीक है
Be safe. Let's go, my friends. Decoy is out. Throwing a decoy. Throwing a flashback. I'm throwing smoke. I'm throwing a flashback.
Same. My God, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm throwing a grenade. Flashback.
एक जंगल है.
Smoke.
Fuck her doing, purple. Come on.
One CD.
Planting.
CD down.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists
No.
win. Yes, my friends. Yes.
अरे कुछ नहीं. हाँ मतलब GeForce है. GeForce. Alt Z से क्या हुआ? कुछ नहीं हुआ. मेरा तो जब तेरा बाइंड होगा.
Decoy is out. Smoke. Throwing a decoy. I'm throwing smoke. Throwing a flashback. Grenade. Throwing fire.
What the fuck?
Change the
Terrorists win.
last round.
I must say no.
SMG दे
We
दे.
will defeat the mercenaries.
अच्छा एक पड़ी है. फिर तीसरी सारी एक पड़ी है. ये ले एक पड़ी है.
Decoy.
अच्छा.
Smoke. I'm throwing a flashback. Throwing fire. Grenade.
Purple, I need boost. Oh, yellow. Stop, यहाँ पे कहाँ से?
Flashback. Grenade.
-54 है लास्ट इजी तेरा प्लांट है इजी द फक
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win. Let's make this right as rain. Decoys out.
Amen.
Counter-terrorists win. Roger that. Move! That's a negative. Roger. Deploying flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win. Remember, this is bandit country. Shoot everything that moves. Bomb has been planted. Throwing fire. Thank you. Let's go. Throwing smoke. Throwing fire.
कुछ तो कर रहे हो
Grenade.
back, you're back.
Terrorists win. Gear up. We're going in. Flashbang. Grenade out.
Fuck you.
Bomb has been planted. Laying down smoke. Crap. Cheers, big fella. On me. Come on, chop chop.
होल्ड कर लो यार.
Deploying flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Bomb has been planted.
बॉट ने मार दिया.
Smoke. Terrorists win.
हाँ भैया.
We're on. Decoy.
एक मिनट
Throwing smoke.
मैं बैठ जा रहा हूँ हाँ
Move it, son.
वो तो
Deploying flashbang. Smoke. Grenade out.
एक मिनट है सारे मिनट पांचों मिनट मोर मिड बॉम्ब मिड ऑफर जा ग्रीन गो
Throwing flash.
व्हाट द फक
Grenade out.
नाइस टेक ऑफ
Let's show them who we are. Laying down smoke.
मिड क्लियर
Grenade. Throwing flashbang.
What the fuck?
Go. My God.
Move it. Throwing a grenade.
Mid.
Grenade out. flashbang.
One guy defused. My God. Nice, nice. Defuse. Keep defusing. Nice.
Counter-terrorists win.
उसको पता है बुलेट में साउंड ही नहीं आई बुलेट पड़ी FTV off the off
There's no stopping us.
मांग तो है
These boys have got a bit of an arsenal and they don't mind using it.
ऑफ दीदी क्या हाँ चल ठीक है तेरे को तू ले लेना
Flashbang.
बीजा दी गए नाइस लास्ट बैंकिंग
Counter-terrorists win.
Let's have it, lads. Deploying decoy.
मैं मिल रहा हूँ
Smoke. Laying down smoke. Throwing flashbang. Deploying flashbang. Throwing a grenade. Deploying flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Grenade out.
minus 96 image oh side planting easy
Oh,
minus
come
96
on.
minus 9 easy minus 9 fuck
Bomb has been planted.
यूज दियो
Go, go, go. Deploying
भाई
decoy.
पिछली बार लिए यार कोई नहीं
Flashbang.
बॉम्ब
Bomb has been planted.
nice defuse
Diffusing. Throwing flashbang.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
मिड को घुसना मत मिड में घुसूंगा रुक जाओ काय तू वो मिड में घुसूंगा ठीक
Move it, son. Throwing smoke. Grenade out. Throwing fire. Flashbang. Laying down smoke. Grenade.
ए और down. बॉम्ब है मेरे पास आ जाओ ब्लू के पास आप ब्लू दिखाओ जल्दी फुर्ती
Throwing smoke.
अरे मत लड़ो यार
Deploying flashbang.
क्यों
Motherfucker.
पीछे आ गया नाइस
Throwing flashbang.
तो जो घूम के जाके भी चले जाए वो भी जाए बोला था टाइम
Come on, chop chop. Flashbang. Decoys out. Grenade out. Deploying flashbang.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
Who hurt you? Talk to me. We'll talk about
Nah,
it.
man.
We'll talk about it after.
Talk about it, man.
Okay. But that's an interesting one, and there is definitely some ground to this analogy. Just the sense of Sean can't stop smiling. Just to the sense of that MIBR it is going to be very much a work in progress. For once, can we say time, Sean? I know it's a taboo word on desks and underperforming rosters. Can I start throwing time around?
I feel like they need a little bit of time. I don't know what it is, but it still seems like they lack the communication in the mid and late rounds. And you'd think that would fix now that they're speaking Portuguese again. But they're running into the same problems that they had with Stewie and Tarek. I don't know if, Jacob, you feel that same way.
I think they're missing too many pieces right now. You have a Fallen who's not really being impactful with the AWP anymore. He used to be one of the best, very aggressive, very demanding on the map, creating a lot of space around him. Obviously, the only given they have is Cold Zero playing well. As you said, he's the third highest rated player in the tournament so far. He's definitely up there and playing to the same level. Phelps, again, coming into the team. When he came in the first time, he was this very aggressive rifler, like a big talent, a young prospect, but this time around he hasn't come in as hot as he did back then. Taco coming back to the team, I would say he's doing his role, but not more than that. So to me, there's too many missing pieces right now from MIBR. That said, though, we have only seen them play 3 maps, so it may be a little bit too early to tell.
Too early to tell, and not too early to hear from the boys themselves. Let's reflect on MIBR as they step into what could be the spot in the Champions stage.
So we're here now, obviously with a team that's been through majors before, MIBR. Different name at different times, but you guys technically, as a Brazilian core, won the last ESL-hosted major. Think you can repeat that now?
I didn't remember that.
didn't remember
Now
that.
that you say it, I'm even more confident.
Yeah?
Yeah,
That
that's
helps.
amazing, actually. Yeah, I didn't.
That's
I
actually
didn't-
true.
Yeah, I didn't remember
I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cologne. Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
See?
I'm a motivator.
that. Everything's going.
Now it makes sense.
It feels like you guys have kind of been here all week because even though you haven't played yet, Taco, you've had quite an impact on this major already.
That's true.
Yeah, with a few tweets.
Yeah,
He
that's
changed
true.
the
I mean,
path of the history.
yeah, maybe
With one
something.
tweet.
Maybe something's even lost in the. It's not legend stage. What's the
Challenger stage.
Challenge stage. Even
Yeah.
something even lost in this challenge stage because of this bug. I don't know. Maybe I changed a little bit.
It's the Taco patch. In your opinion, though, obviously you were quite verbal about it, and JW and you had a little fun on Twitter. But do you think that this is something that has been a problem for a while? Because most players are saying, "Oh, well, we didn't know about it until recently." And what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think the way I approached on Twitter was bad. I even apologized to JW on public and on private as well. But yeah, it was annoying me so much because we were practicing really hard in the last bootcamp we did. I knew that this bug was going on, but I never wanted to use, to be honest. And I think the way the other players thought made me really mad. You know, instead of trying to fix a bug, instead of trying to talk to Valve and hey, there's a bug happening, let's try to not use it. It's not fair. They actually found a bind in game that it could
To use it
abuse,
even more, right?
Yeah.
to abuse
Yeah.
the bug. So I got really mad because of it. And when I made the tweet, the two guys that I knew were using it replied. So I lost my mind, and I know that, and it was bad the way I acted on Twitter. But I think my idea was right. Like I just wanted it to end.
Yeah, the only thing I can say is a lot of players knew about this already, but some players are better on using it than others. Like I tried this radar thing more than
That's
1
true as
month ago. I also tried it, but I still have the bind on it, but it just became useless for me because I don't have the skills to use it. Like when I go for those fights, I normally lose them anyway. So for me, it feels useless. But you can see that for a lot of players, it shifts their game plan, and they can get a lot from it. So, when you talk a little bit more inside the game, every time, let's say Inferno, for example, you smoke left side mid, then theoretically, if you stay inside the smoke for the last 3 seconds, you can check up mid without even dying and even have a chance to kill someone. So players would abuse it, and they would get more than they should on some situations. So that definitely changed the game on their way if they can do it. But I mean, it's pretty hard to judge other people because a lot of players knew about that, and for sure some of those did it better, some of them didn't. But in the end, what Taco was upset about is that no one was really trying to fix it, and that's what he was trying to be vocal about.
Sorry. My problem as well is that I was using it. I was not bad at it, but I just found it really unfair, even when I was using it. So, I mean, this is not CS. I don't want to get info by my radar. I want to get info because my team has a good communication or, because I have a good communication. I want to communicate my team what is happening, not look at the radar and see 4 red dots there and communicate to my team. So, I also don't think, just to make sure, I also don't think that Astralis was winning everything because the Glaive or whatever was using the radar. I don't think so. I don't think it makes that big impact of the game. They were winning because they are the best team and they were practicing hard or whatever they were doing. But even though I think it was unfair, the bug, I don't think it made that much impact.
No, it definitely made a difference, but
Yeah,
you
it
can't
made a
take away
difference.
all the other good things they do, right? That's was just one specific thing that they use it and other teams use it as well. So one thing has nothing to do with taking out from anything they did or something like that.
Yeah, it sounds like talking to a lot of teams today, most people were well aware of it at least.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like it was completely a secret. It goes without saying that you guys think it's a good change that it's fixed. Were you surprised that Valve did it so quickly and pleased by that?
I think it was awesome. It's awesome the fact that Valve is listening to us. And I felt really good when I saw the update that fast. It was like 6 hours or 8 hours, something like this. So.
What we can take from this experience is the fact that they actually didn't know that this was going on. And I remember, I think when we play Astralis, Nico went out on Twitter and also commented, hey, how did he get this kill in one smoke? But it was a different situation because on that specific case, darkly the smoke spin and the guy could see the feet or something like that. But we never really addressed the problem to Valve properly. So theoretically, this is the first time, even if it wasn't properly addressed, like this is the first time it gets to their ears and they really see there's a problem. And they came with the solution with 1 day, right? So this just shows that sometimes we're still not doing the right path to get things fixed faster.
And the right path isn't Twitter. I will tell you that now, both for fans and players alike. It may not have been published, and I don't know if I necessarily need to bother saying it, but it wasn't just Taco being angry on Twitter that made Valve pay attention. It was also, of course, the admin team actually at the major alerting them to the issue via email before the event did commence. So just be aware, shouting about your problems on Twitter isn't always going to get the right people reacting. There you go. With that
Beautiful.
said, thank you.
Yeah.
Did I do that all right?
Yeah.
Tell
We
it.
had a 5-minute conversation like, guys, should I say it?
I think it's a good thing to mention.
Yeah.
It is. I don't want people thinking that, oh, I really hate the org. If I tweet about it, Valve will
Yes.
listen. Just shut
Yeah.
up. You're wrong. Moving on, though. MIBR, NIP, important. I want to start talking about maps before we even have the veto up on screen, just to try and understand and dissect where the hell is MIBR's map pool?
That's the thing, right? Because MIBR haven't played with this lineup in quite some time. So we got a few glimpses of what they can play. They played Inferno against G2, they played Mirage against Complexity, and they played Inferno against Cloud9. So we've seen 2 maps so far.
Okay.
One of the maps that we're not going to see is definitely going to be Nuke.
Yes.
I doubt that's going to be part of the map pool. It's never been a MIBR specialty. So coming into this tournament, all of a sudden being able to play Nuke, that would be a huge shock to me. And also considering the videos that we have seen so far, Nuke is not going to be part of this map pool.
Okay.
In addition to that, I think you can look at their best of ones and kind of extrapolate. This is what I do as an in-game leader. Like, what maps do they like playing? Because MIBR likes playing to their strengths. And in all of their vetoes, they were vetoing Nuke and Cash. So we're not going to see Cash out of them. We're not going to see Nuke, like Jacob said. And some of the vetoes, they vetoed Dust 2. Now, that's because G2 is very strong on Dust 2. NIP is actually going to ban Dust 2, so it doesn't really matter in that regard. We could see, MIBR go to a train pick or an overpass pick, but likely something that they're going to punish NIP on, like maybe Inferno.
Okay, so
Could be trained
so if you were the in-game leader then of MIBR, you're looking at what your strengths are and looking at what you can count on being banned by your opponent.
Yes, exactly.
To summarize. And the list we have, before we start taking a look at it,
Oof,
roughly...
the maps we can play.
So no Nuke, we're
not gonna
scrapping
see
Cash.
Cash.
Dust 2 from NIP is going to be vetoed. Cash is unlikely that either will
Yes.
pick it, so that will be floated.
Yeah, it's going to be floated in second
Yeah,
band most
okay.
likely. So we're going to see a chance of Mirage, Train, and Overpass. But there could be an Inferno in there.
Okay, so the Inferno is the one which
Yes.
is going to be a bit questionable.
Could
But
be
of
a
course,
pick.
let's not forget, MIBR and Inferno are a notorious mix of
Yes.
desire to play and success on the map. In fact, we do have the vetoes. Let's start that process right now, as well as, of course, reminding yourself of some of the incredible gameplay we have seen so far. I mean, I think my first question is going to be, can we get more Cold Zera out of them? That's what I'm counting on. More Cold, please.
I certainly hope so, because the level he was displaying yesterday and in
stats.
the tournament so far, it's just been incredible. I think you mentioned it as well, Sean, the fact that he's the only guy right now who's in a positive KD, that's quite amazing. This guy used to be the best player in the world. When he had Taco around him being the support player, there's been a lot of talks about it. Cold Zero arguably wasn't as good when he didn't have Taco around him, but I don't think that was mainly down to Taco not being there. That was sort of just like the era MIBR was in. But him stepping up, that's going to be a vital part for MIBR.
The question about Inferno is answered, Sean. They're willing to take it to Inferno.
And I totally agree with that pick. And the reason being is because I think NIP is a little bit weak on Inferno. So this is a punish pick coming out of MIBR. And that's why I thought it could be in the series. I don't think that that's their best map by any means in the remaining maps.
Sure.
But it's the best contrast.
I very much dislike that pick, to be completely honest. We've seen them play it against Cloud9. They lost 16-3. Obviously, Cloud9, they have their night and day games. We can't really put them into a box and say, this is Cloud9's level. So maybe you can exclude that one.
What about the win?
The win against G2, that was a 16-12 win, and we were watching the game, and G2 is horrible on Inferno. I don't know why they want to play that map. I don't know why they think they're good on it, but to me, it looked like a mess for both teams, basically. That was just MIBR being better than bad in that regard.
Oh, and that's the game where Cold Zera was winning
Yes,
rounds
he
with
went
Deagles, and
He had to win.
Yes.
He had to win Deagle clutches. He had to go off.
Two-
Was it 32
2v4s?
frags or something?
Yeah,
2v4s.
2v4s.
There's so many
All
rounds that
kinds
should have gone G2's way, and G2 were not playing well either. So
Yes.
it's to me, we haven't seen anything from MIBR that suggests that they're good Inferno team.
But we haven't focused enough on the Swedes. Now, of course, with that covered, we've definitely got the MIBR scene set. On the other side of things, NIP, this is the team that, they've missed majors in the past. Challenger stage, that was the dialogue we had was, can they actually get to the legend stage? Will they have to go through the minor brawl again? Not the case. They've done this, they've got the wins, but now, what is their ceiling? What would you be your answer to that?
It's such a hard question because we've seen so many different versions of them throughout these 2 weeks. They've evolved. Honestly, they have. But I don't know. I have yet to really see them show up on a map like Inferno ever, honestly, as I watch Ninjas in Pajamas play. It doesn't really suit them as far as how the utility and teamwork plays out on the map. So I I don't know. Obviously, they're great on Train. They're great on Mirage. We keep seeing them play these maps, and they're fantastic on them.
The one thing they have going for them right now is Forrest being so consistently good playing. He was doing it through the first stage of the major, being one of the highest rated players. Yeah. He's doing it now, being NIP's best player together with Rez. If he can keep that consistent level that high, NIP have a chance of matching the level of coldzera in terms of individual skill, and that is a win condition for them. Otherwise, if Forrest slows down or if Rez is not having a good game, I just simply see them fall apart and play to the same level we saw during the first stage of the major.
And the brute force of MRBR becomes clear. You need Rez, you need Forrest to just quash and control.
You need resistance to stand up against players like Fur, Phelps, Fallen, and coldzera. It's such an aggressive trio or quadruple of players that can go in against you.
Yeah, and of course we're going to be keeping our eyes on that gameplay when it does commence. First, though, we speak of Rez. He has been having some exceptional games, and the highly praised young up-and-coming Swede is ready to give us a quick interview. Let's check in with that.
Rez from NIP joins me now, and I want to do a quick recap of what happened in your match against Hellraisers yesterday.
I think Hellraisers didn't really have an answer to anything we did in the game. We pretty much shut them down pretty early. So I think we were playing an annoying game against them. So.
And that was on Overpass, so a completely different story to your game against Liquid. What did you have to work on after that match?
Yeah, I think we played really well against Liquid. They are a good team, but we did some minor mistakes against them, and they punished us really hard on it. So.
Rez, I want to talk about you actually, because as of this morning, you were in the top 5 performers, the top performers of the major. So how do you keep pulling those performances out of the bag?
I don't know. I just try to keep my same routine going into every game. I don't try to overthink anything. Like, I need to just focus on myself and just keep on rolling.
Now, at the end of today, you could be in that top 8, but you need to beat MIBR first. What's the game plan?
We have some few things up our sleeves, and I always have something to pull out, and I think we can manage to win this.
Something to pull out. I like the sound of that. Let's head back to the desk, because maybe you guys have got some idea what that might be?
Yeah, I'll ask Chad a little bit later, but what I do want to do is actually just start to draw attention on how this series is going to be playing out, Sean. So I'm scrolling up. And the reason I'm scrolling up is because I actually wanted to remind myself of the maps. Thank you, HLTV, for saving my life sometimes. Train, Inferno, and that third one, Mirage. So let's focus on Train. That's our first map. That's our first kickoff of what could be an incredible series. I'm crossing my fingers for it. Best of the day, do you reckon, Jacob?
Could be.
Think so.
Yeah? Okay, Sean's more likely, more expecting of that. But Train, this is going to be my first question. Is Fallen going to be... is he known for being a Train player?
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and say it.
Finally, someone said it.
This is the map where Fallen comes back. He always has monster CT Train halves, and he did last major. I think he's going to have it again. They're going to start on CT because this is NIP's pick. So this is one of those maps where if NIP comes flat into this game, MIBR is going to go off to a massive lead, and they're not going to be able to recover from it.
MIBR and Train has a lot of history to it, right? They were the team having, I think it was 18 games won in a row with FNX back when he was on the lineup. Yep. They switched in Phelps. This current lineup of SK back in the days, now MIBR, and they went on to be shit on Train, to be completely honest with you. So have they fixed those problems? Is Phelps gonna be good enough to play that aggressive pop dog role, or is he gonna be somewhere else in the map? That's what I'm looking forward to see, because again, MIBR to me is a big question mark right now. We have not seen enough from them, and we're definitely not seeing them consistently perform to the level we expect them to, or even the level the other teams that rank them into this tournament expects them to be at.
So NIP, I mean, picking Train into a team that have had dominant runs on it, or the core have had dominant runs on it, is definitely a testament to how confident they are on the map. Forrest, of course, in that head-to-head, and a conversation definitely necessary surrounding him. You may be bored of it.